Welcome everybody to another episode of Sad Boys METS Club. I am Giovanni Blanco.
And I'm Franklin Blanco.
And here we are, y'all. This is, it's been a crazy week and a half. Very intense for us, very personal, very emotional, very inspiring, traumatic. How you feeling, man?
Tired. It's the trip was tiring, and then all the work is tiring, but also like emotionally drained. But I'm okay. How are you doing?
I'm doing much better. I have to say that Monday was not a good day. Monday was possibly a very, very, very bad day. But it was a lesson for me for sure. It was just that you can't sit in these feelings for too long because they ferment, they tend to infect everything. And it was that kind of day that I had on Monday, which is basically the day after. We're talking specifically the day after Dominican Republic lost to USA. Oh, sorry, USA stole the game from the Dominican Republic. Just to be specific. It was just hard. It was just really hard. That night was just kind of like shock, pure shock. Just like everybody was just, no matter what people were saying that the umpire had called those shots all throughout the game, that he was calling them for both teams.
If we want to talk about, there's a lot of excuses, and I have a lot of responses to those excuses. But
we can make this entire episode about that this week. Because it really was devastating. I did do a post about it because I had to say something. I just had to say something because it was just burning. But
if I had said something, I think Trump would have made me an enemy of the state. So I had to keep quiet. I had a lot of strong words and opinions. But
yeah, there's definitely like an interesting irony where we basically kidnapped the president of Venezuela, and then Venezuela goes and wins this. Takes us away from
holding them back. He's the bad luck charm.
Let's go back to the game. Let's talk about this. Because there's a lot to talk about. We were clearly, at least in our minds, the best team and the winners. We were going to take it all.
Honestly, here's what I will say. I think the way things panned out, we did win. Not to hold on to that, but I think we could have beat every team in that tournament, and we did beat everyone we faced except for the one that we got robbed. But it's over. It's done. We're past it. But I'm happy on like 3 different levels that Venezuela won, or maybe even more, because I didn't want USA to win. That was my number 1 priority. If DR didn't win, I didn't want USA to win. Number 2, I'm happy it was Venezuela rather than Italy. I wanted, because that was the trend. Anytime like one of the Hispanic countries lost, then it would be too. Next one is like, so it was like Puerto Rico. Now they're rooting for the DR. DR's out. Now we're all rooting for Venezuela. That kind of thing. Like that was another thing. And then also the president thing. I feel like this was kind of their win. Like this was their time to win. So I'm really happy about that. And also the little selfish part of me that is, we did already beat them. So that makes me feel in my head I can be like, well, if it was a final with us, but it wasn't.
Let's paint the scenario, because I had a question for you about the bracket lineup.
I mean, the bracket was rigged.
Yeah, I mean, I don't understand
rigged to the
how.
bone. It's because they wanted money. They rigged it for better better viewership, ratings, profit.
But what? It doesn't make sense.
Because they basically made
They
it so
assumed
no
that Japan
matter what
was going to be the end, right?
Yeah, they made it so no matter what, USA and Japan couldn't face each other until the end, which is not my interpretation of the bracket before USA lost to Italy, and even right after. My assumption was I had gone through all of it and I'd looked and I'd been like, okay, because we were assuming USA would win, obviously they're going to be where they are in the bracket, and then Italy's going to be down here. But if Italy wins, it should be reverse.
Yeah,
because that's how it would have been with the DR and Venezuela.
Yeah.
That would have been the reverse, that kind of thing. But it wasn't, because they made it so no matter what, the US was going to be up there. So we shouldn't have been playing them. But we did. But it's that was the first red flag in that, because at the end of the day, the people organizing it, they want the best ratings, and they think the rematch will get them the best ratings. But
it just didn't. It wasn't. It seemed funky.
It was definitely funky.
And then Japan loses.
I didn't have much faith in them, to be honest, because I think, I know it wasn't that impactful, but only having half of a Shohei Ohtani, I feel like that might also take a bit of a, morale hit. And then as well, their kind of star players are all probably trying to play it a little safe, because their first year in the major leagues, they don't want to mess it all up and get injured. Like the White Sox catcher, that one is so sad because they didn't have much going for them. Actually, no, honestly, they kind of.
What happened to the White Sox catcher?
We were watching. He was on Team Italy. He was running a double, I think it was, and he messed something up in his leg, and he had to just straight away touch the base, walk off the field. He didn't even. And that was a rough. That was Italy-US game.
Yikes.
But so I have a feeling they weren't making it as far because none of their guys wanted that to happen.
They saw that and they were like, nah.
These are all guys who get massive contracts in a couple of years, and that's.
Man, I was think about the guy who was on Team USA who played the pitcher that did one game, and he was just like, I'm going home.
I mean, here's what I'll say. It was a team thing, but it's weird that he kept still showing up, and he walked in and with the hockey jerseys. That was the most obnoxious thing, is that Team USA walked in wearing the USA hockey jerseys. And Tarek Skubal was there. Everything about that team was bad vibes, and I'm so happy that Nolan McLean was the only person with class about that. And to be fair, Ernie Clement's getting big points in my book, because he was the one guy, he was talking to the interviewers, he was just I miss my team. He's on the Blue Jays. He's I want to go back to Canada. I'm
it's these people are boring and annoying, and no one's having fun, and and they brought in the guy who killed Osama bin Laden, and I'm freaking out. And, how freaky is that? How freaky is that? That's not exactly bringing in Ted Lasso.
And I don't even think it was a hype up moment. It was kind of. I saw a little bit of it, and it was kind of also just played that was pretty wacky. There was something was happening, we didn't know what was happening, and then they're all the guys are chuckling. It's it wasn't a America pump up kind of speech. He was just the guy who killed Osama. He's just that guy, yeah. It was strange. It was strange.
So they didn't even use him for what they needed.
Yeah, he was just. That's what I will say. I think it's the military vibes were not it. That's.
Oh my god! And the seriousness and the sort of.
I hate Paul Skeens. I will say this now. I have always been.
You know what? I just like it's so funny because I feel like he's such a talent, and to watch him in interviews was completely annoying. I don't. My opinion. I'm sorry. It just one.
All I'm saying, Garrett Crochet now has a new #1 fan because he's like the third best guy. He's the guy who gets swept under the rug when they're talking about Cy Young winners.
Best pitchers out there.
Because it's Tarek Skubal and Paul Skeens, obviously, and then Garrett Crochet. And I was like, yeah, no, I'm sure they're better, but I kind of like Garrett Crochet now more because he wasn't on that team. He wasn't doing all that. But what was I gonna say? Oh, I've always been not a fan. I've always been an Aaron Judge hater and a Kyle Schwarber hater, and I've been inclined to hate Bryce Harper, but I've tried not to in the past. I know you don't like him, but I've tried not to because
what's weird is that I've never really liked him, and his interviews during this World Baseball Classic has made me change my mind about him.
Really? I like him because I think he's kind of always had things to struggle when he's doing when he's playing, because he always had the highest expectations, so I can appreciate something about that. And it's less like I know he used to be really cocky, but now I think he's kind of having to work for it more, so I can really appreciate that.
It seems like he's just kind of gotten a little wiser, like just more.
He's definitely he's grown up.
Yeah. And again, I don't know anything about him. I just never really liked him because of the sort of rivalry and all the stuff. But being a Mets fan, and but just to watch him in interviews, he was just very.
He talked good about Nolan McLean.
Very supportive of Nolan McLean. Very supportive of, being there and saying I just want to make sure that we do this and do that, and it's in the whatever his form of talking and what he was saying just wasn't echoed with all the other players.
I mean,
other players are like I said, this is why I don't like that Paul Skeens in interviews were just he was just like, I'm like, are you in the Army? What the hell? What's wrong with you?
I mean, he wanted to be.
Yeah. No, it sounds like he was very like, well, they have a decent team, but we're much better. We're gonna, blah blah blah. And it was like, this ain't wrestling. It's like, I was just like so upset because I wanted to like him too. I wanted to like him.
I wanted to like him too. He's like it's.
Again, we're not like it's like he's got no reason to want us to like him. Like he doesn't need us to like him. But damn, man, it's like just I just can't believe that what was going on with every other freaking team wasn't they didn't go for 1 second. It's like, hey guys, are we not having fun?
I think it was Bryce Harper who hit a home run in that last finale game to tie it up, and that was like a big moment, and nobody cared. There was no hype, there was no dancing. He hit a home run and he got a high five from Aaron Judge, and that's like
kiss of death, as far as we're concerned.
Ooh, he just passed on that.
He just bad juju. Here you go.
God, that's probably why they were doing so bad. Aaron Judge kind of cursed them all. He's the least clutch hitter of all time. I saw a really funny video that was like
he struck out so much, man. It was this World Baseball Classic.
There was a video and it was like proving that Aaron Judge isn't that bad in clutch situations as everybody says, because it was ironic because it showed every single clutch situation he's hit in the past season, and it was like 15 things and 5 of them were strikeouts, and he had 2 hits. It was the most. He just can't perform when it matters, which is sad because he's probably the best hitter.
Yeah, I mean, there's so much hype for him, and I mean, I think there was just
and Bobby Witt Jr. I used to want to be a fan of him because he's kind of he was kind of the only guy I knew from the Royals, and I like the vibe of a guy who's the third best player in the league, and he doesn't do anything fancy. He's just Because that's Bobby Witt Jr.
Solid.
He plays the game, and that's why he has such good stats. And that's like, I wanted to like him, and now I don't. Like I can list off all the guys that I now are on like my blacklist because of this. It's like him. Roman Anthony is my number one enemy because it's just all bad vibes from him. He's the face of the next generation of Red Sox players, and all he did was get up close and personal with Aaron Judge, and that's like, I know you're on the same team, but this is like the most infamous rivalry ever. Two faces of a team, like the faces of the two teams, and you're like, I love you, Aaron Judge. And then he also didn't play for Team Italy, and he also hit that home run against the DR, and I just don't like his face. Also, really quickly before we move on,
this is our petty episode, by the way.
I feel like
we're
we can
letting it all.
petty.
I think we're just letting all the anger out of losing, having that game being stolen from us.
I also just want to say, if we look at the stats, Nolan McLean is still a rookie pitcher. Like, he still has rookie status. And if you compare his outing in single elimination games and Paul Skeen's outing, they are basically the same, except Nolan McLean has more strikeouts and just one more run
allowed.
And yeah, and this is the difference between a rookie and the best pitcher in baseball.
No, like, I mean, but look, you can say rookie status. I mean, he got to pitch several times. It's that's not he's a superstar.
That's what I'm so excited. He doesn't even have a single season
not
under
pitched
his
several
belt.
times. Open.
It's
open. This is unheard of.
I mean, there's a reason he was the USA Finals starter. Obviously, if they had Tarek Skubal, they would have played Tarek Skubal, but they didn't. And
but
he was great. He was the next best. It's insane. He was the third best option for Team America to pitch, and that is incredible.
I'm always a fan of people who I like him a lot. I think he's unassuming. I think he's just kind of straightforward. He's probably
a little racist, but it's okay. A lot of players are.
Everybody's a little racist. I mean, come on.
Bobby Witt Jr.
I think it's a Chris Rock routine.
Did you see how Bobby Witt Jr. played against the Mexicans? I think he has a vendetta.
Oh, really?
He was 4 for 4 with 3 home runs. He wanted them out. That's joking, but it was it was a tough game to watch.
That was just bad timing, I guess. It's not. I wouldn't say that. I mean, come on. This is. let's not put things where they don't belong. Cast aspersions or anything like that. Let's figure this out as far as the truth. They were a team that really should have done better. US. I mean, they should have been putting numbers like the DR did.
I think the issue is just that they had... I think all of their players were prone to rough patches.
All together at the same time?
Yeah, and they weren't a team.
No, there was no unity. Difference. I mean, there was no unity at all. I mean, it's I give all the other teams, and in particular,
an awful manager. By the way, the manager is so bad.
Okay, it's horrible.
By the way, Mason Miller, he throws 104 miles per hour. He was available to pitch that final inning when Venezuela got their final run. He was available to pitch, and instead he pitched a different guy, and he was like, well, it's because we weren't ahead. And I kind of told the Padres that, we'll play this other guy if we're not ahead. It's dude, why not play your better guy when you're behind?
Yeah, so that's why they lost to Italy, right? Because they basically...
Italy, they didn't even...
They didn't put in
the
major players in
play. It was also crazy not playing PCA in center field. Byron Buxton is great, but PCA carried that team on his back all the way to the finals, and then they didn't start him.
Yeah.
And then they only realized later, and they put him in. Then he kind of like, then they started doing stuff.
It was almost like I feel like he got this job under a different pretext. Like he didn't realize how much work he was going to actually have to do until he got there.
Didn't realize he'd have to actually manage a team. It's
it was
not
kind of
to be that guy, but when you compare the competency of Mark DeRosa versus a guy like, I don't know, Albert Pujols, and then you look and it's like, I know which one I would pick to manage a team. And it's like, I think he just isn't the guy to do that, because this is the second year that they've fumbled in the finals. Because it's like, it's not a talent thing. They have the talent, he just doesn't, like, they underperform and he doesn't play them right.
No, I mean, that's, it's just...
Pujols wasn't perfect. There was a moment where he messed up.
I mean, he wasn't. But there was something, also something very hopeful about Pujols. He was very positive. He's great in the post interviews. He's
going to be our manager next season, I feel.
Mets?
No, not the Mets.
Oh, you mean the World Baseball Classic?
Yeah, he's definitely going to keep up.
I mean, that's another thing. I was wondering what's his, is he looking to manage a team?
He's like...
I mean, it's like wacky. He totally should be managing like one of those, Tampa Bay or whatever. You know what I mean? Like a rough and tumble team that needs like a proper.
He's the kind of guy that you bring. Like, I want to see more of him. Basically, like
I do too. There was something about. There was a certain calmness about him, but like intense.
He only made one big mistake in my mind, and I think that's really impressive. Not pulling Luis Severino out after inning 3 because
because
I agree.
I mean, he pitched great, and it's like then he was like in the fifth.
They pulled him out in like the 4th inning, but it was like because I'm basically in the air, out the mouth, what the commentators were saying, but it's because this is what happens with pitchers. They'll like get themselves in a jam, and then they'll pitch like monsters to get out of the inning, but they use all of their energy on that, and that's what happened in the 3rd. And then in the 4th, he gave up a home run.
He was out.
And he got that's not on him because he was pitching crazy good. It's like, I think it is literally just sometimes you got to be like, yeah, we're getting less innings out of this guy than we wanted to.
I was surprised that he didn't come out. I mean, because of the pitch count situation that they had for the WBC, and it's just, they went up for that game.
And we had the day of rest.
Yeah,
that's another thing. USA still lost compared to Venezuela, who had to play right after each other.
And USA had 2 days.
I know I think they only had one, but I think you only need one to like refresh the pitchers into being eligible to play. And Venezuela didn't have that, and that's like such a flaw in the rules where like literally they just couldn't play some of their pitchers because they played
or the people setting up the bracket assumed that Venezuela wouldn't go, or either team in that.
Yeah, they didn't think they were gonna win. That's literally like they were playing, and I'm not saying that we weren't, like, objectively speaking, the DR had the best schedule in our pool in terms of like we played our second hardest guy first, and then we had a day break, and then we played our 2 easiest, and then we had a day break, and then we played our hardest. It was like, it wasn't, we were schedulally benefited as well, but not to the degree that the US was. It's
well, I feel like we've wasted enough energy on Team USA. Oh wait, there's more. There's more.
There's a couple of things I want to quickly address. First of all, rigged from the start because of the scheduling, whatever, because of the bracket. The awful ruling on the force out, I still don't agree with that. I think you have to
God, you mean the fumble?
And nobody was even talking about that because we're just saying that's like, I feel like that's such a stupid rule to be like, if he had possession of it while he was on the base, but he didn't, he fumbled the ball. I know he caught it after, but he caught it after off of the base. It's like, it's a rules thing. I can't blame the umpires or whatever. It's just like,
it was just, I understand the rule, but it felt
we
like
wouldn't have lost the game.
It was just like, it felt like it wasn't like.
If you catch the ball and then it comes out of the glove, that isn't a catch. So I don't think it should be counted as a catch until you secure the ball. At that time, he was well off the base.
Yeah, I mean, it's like also, usually, I would say that would count if something for some reason pushed that ball. Like if like he had the ball and the guy in him, ball came out, or some situation where physically it was just like something happened that he got it, he caught it, and then something happened and it came out, you know. But it was just like a routine play, and he just like turned around the ball, like he thought he had it, and then the ball went out, and it's like that's an error.
That's an error, and I agree that in the end he did catch it because it never touched the ground. So that is like I do agree with the rules.
But
that
he was on the base already. Exactly. But by that point he had already you know, and there was an argument for me like other online, like, you know, whatever. Don't get into arguments online with people.
I almost got into a couple arguments because it's like.
Because it was just like this one person was just telling me, like, well, they left too many people on base. I went back to see they left 8 people on base in the game.
We left a lot of people on base.
We left
the USA.
I almost called them the Yankees. Yeah. Team USA left 6.
And here's the thing.
And if that call wouldn't have been,
we would have won that game if that call was different. If that call was then we got a guy. I think he got hit by a pitch or he walked. Bases would have been loaded. That would have brought in somebody.
One run at least.
And then but like, that's another thing I want to talk about is the people left on base thing makes me so mad. Like, they were talking about like you gotta get the ball and like you gotta get the ball. You
gotta get hits. You gotta get hits. It's like...
And they struck out like 15 times that game. They were an awful team. It's not a brag to say, yeah, we had one more solo home run than you did.
Yes.
That was a game where all of the scores were flukes, except I think if it's a solo home run game, I love you, Junior Caminero. We just needed actual hitting of the other guy. It's like
I mean, we got people on base. I mean, it wasn't, to me, it's like these kind of games happen all the time, actually more often than not. Where, you know, we just had a run during the WBC where every game was like a pillage. Every game was just like
we had our like the entire time the USA was kind of having like a bit of a rough patch. We just had one rough patch. Okay, because I have a lot. Because first of all, then they say, okay, if that final call was called a ball, then he would have gotten on first base, and then Fernando Tatis would have come up and struck out. I disagree with that because I believe that Tatis would, because in my head, baseball is a game of averages, and if you look at the averages of that game, that's when he would have had his moment.
Do more in certain moments. I mean, Tatis is a clutch player as far as like when things are on the line. He actually more often than not produces, and it's not like an opinion. This is like a fact that, like, if you look at his record, more than half the time, if he's put in that position, something's going to happen. And a couple times in that game, something didn't happen. It was going to happen.
He was put, and here's the other thing. I think that's when you have a moment you take a break.
I'm not sure if I like reliving this.
That's when you have a moment you take the moment and you have a break and you talk to him, because in that situation, and I'm sure somebody did talk to him, because earlier in the game he wasn't producing because he was stressed out because this was the first time we were really behind.
Yeah.
And so he was swinging at pitches he wouldn't normally swing at,
and that's why he was striking out. Everyone was doing that.
Yeah, it's because we were like, that's one of the best things about our team earlier was that we were patient with the pitches, we were patient with the things.
But I think that's the best example. What you just said is the best example of why that called strike hurts.
Because he was patient.
Because he was patient. Because there were 8 pitches. They were just like, you know, it wasn't like a clean strikeout.
And everybody says this is my biggest annoyance of that whole thing. Everybody who's pro USA was saying if you've ever played anything high ball or above, you would know you always swing at that like full count. But that's such a stupid argument because this is his thing. You can see
the ball going down.
The ball goes down. This is his whole style. Like, he is not a big flashy player. Geraldo Perdomo plays his defense and doesn't strike out.
He's that one is of the best hitters in the league. I mean, it's not like, you know,
he just gets on base with things like that. Like, he grinds out. That is his whole thing. He isn't going to feel the pressure of a full count and swing no matter what. I don't think he would have hit that ball. Like, what, he fouls it off and then the next one's a strike and he gets out.
Yeah.
That's so much worse. There's no world where he does, like, that's... And then another argument that I saw that was probably the most annoying argument I saw was that the umpire was affected by the way he started walking towards the dugout, because he was walking towards the dugout to take his stuff off because he got a walk, and this person's arguing that that's what he does when he strikes out too, is he walks towards the dugout like that. So the umpire probably saw that and said, oh, okay, it was an out. And that was where I almost got into a fight.
That's insane. Because the umpire's already calling the shot before he even moves.
The things you have to jump through to come to that conclusion makes me so mad. And this is my final take. This is just my final thing. I did see one other person complaining, holding up a photo of a guy during the Venezuela game getting back on base, and he got apparently tagged right before he got on base, and it didn't get called like that. So he has a photo out, which, by the way, is from a bad angle. So it's like the glove is in front of the guy, so we can't even see if it was touching him. But he's arguing about that, and it's my favorite thing ever. Not really, but I did almost get into a fight about this because it's like, that is the most ridiculous thing to complain about when you only won the previous game because of multiple bad calls.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna get, and he was like a big whiny baby, and it was such like a, this is what that team stands for kind of thing. Like, this is their, it's such a, I'm so happy Venezuela won.
And you know, my thing was just like, I was just kind of like, let's say it was a discussion, not an argument, with somebody online who just said, you know, no, we completely lost that game. We should have, you know, we did all this thing wrong or whatever. I'm like, I don't buy your, you know, it's like in baseball, every game is different. It's not like, you know, we were supposed to win that game the same way we won the other three. It's like, it's unpredictable in that sense. What is predictable is that umpires are supposed to do their job.
And umpires aren't supposed to be of the nationality of the teams playing in the WBC. Specifically, the home plate umpire is not supposed to be from one of the two countries playing. There are enough umpires from enough different places to get an unbiased umpire, and they did not. They did not get one.
That's that right there. That
is
right
USA.
There. It's like
that's the bias.
The Dominican Republic could sue the WBC and say, like, look, you guys didn't do this, and therefore the whole thing is annulled. But you know.
But we wouldn't do that because Venezuela won. If USA won, maybe we take it up with the courts.
Yeah,
but and I was so mad because that was the story. Baseball is so romantic, and there's so many stories to be found. And the story was right there with that Julio Rodriguez catch to rob the home run.
Yeah.
That was like going back to the most infamous play in like World Baseball Classic history by the U.S. against the Dominican Republic, like in a 1-1 game. That was like literally history reversed. And it was meant to happen if in any other world. That's all I have to say. And then now we can move on. We can talk about something less.
I'm not ready to move on. I got something else to say. I don't have just one thing I'd like to add to this conversation, because it was just, to focus on this one game that felt like it was stolen from us, and it was painful, and we were mizzy about it for a day or two. But
three or four,
or still. I would just like to say that I want to focus on the positive for this team, our team, Dominican Republic, and just say how.
I would argue it's the best baseball team lineup I have ever seen.
Yeah, it's one of the best baseball experiences I've ever had in my life.
It was insane.
And just to have that experience alone, I'm very grateful to have been able to do it with you, to be there, to kind of feel that, because it was just kind of, I feel like almost we were kind of in shock as far as how unreal it was, and it's just like, are we really here, kind of thing, kind of vibe, and just like the little surprises, like me, I'm not as on top of all the players and all the teams as Franklin is, and so it was just kind of like a nice refresher for me to see all these people and the people that we had on our team, and realize the caliber of these players, that they were just like, that was just untouchable. I mean, these, just to have Cattell and Tatis and Soto and Perdomo and Caminero and Machado. It's just like,
and Austin Wells.
And then Austin Wells. Like one of my favorite things that I've seen since then. And it's almost gonna make me cry. I'm gonna get emotional. But it was just like this thing that somebody said. It was this woman, she had posted something. She's like, you know what? Dominican Republic may have lost the game, but we won a Dominican. And it was Austin. The whole video was about Austin Wells, how we won a Dominican. We got a new Dominican. And it was all the clips from all the things that he had done and whatever. It's like, oh my God, man, I'm getting emotional. It's just like that kind of stuff. And then you see all the stuff. You see all the clips. I'm, in the aftermath, I'm seeing more things from the games and from before and after, and the press conferences and the sort of like there was no hatred, there was no like bitterness, there was no nastiness. There was definitely like a sadness after with the loss, but throughout the whole entire series, there was just so much positive energy. And then another clip that I saw that was amazing was just somebody had compiled a clip of, it was ESPN, actually. They compiled a clip of Venezuela and Dominican Republic and the love that they had throughout the game. So it's just like, they're playing like the handshakes, their hugs, they're like the moments, big joking around, switching hats and whatever. It's like two teams playing against each other. World Baseball Classic, one of the top, international games of all time, and these guys are just like kids on the street and just like messing with each other. And
I mean, I still think about the Vladdy slide into the plate, and he's just gonna pull, like, it's such.
Like when we were there, we saw that when the guy ran into the first baseman, and it was just like, it could have been like any other, it would have been USA team, whatever. It would have been like a fight. It would something. These guys were like hugging, like, "Hey man, that was crazy." Just like, you almost ran me over, kind of thing. It's like kind of that, But it was just like, man, there's got to be a word for that. And it's not camaraderie, because it's like they're different teams, but they're sort of like, they believed in each other so strong that there was no need for ego individually with the players, because they were all united. And that's like a word that keeps coming up, is unity. And it's just like when you work together, then there's nothing like, you let go of that ego, you let go of the sort of like.
That was a great game. Like that.
Oh my God. Yeah, it was. I don't know. So to me, it's just like, that was to kind of walk away from this whole experience and seeing like how, you know what? You can be the best you can be. You can be as loud as you can be. You don't have to be shrink or be small for anybody. You can be yourself. You can be as crazy and as amazing as you can possibly be. And guess what? You will not only inspire the people around you, to be just like you and want to be around you and play with you and work with you and do stuff with you. But together, that power, that intensity, that love, that energy just grows exponentially. So it's not just like, hey, we've got Soto on the team, we've got Cattell, we've got Tatis. It's just like the idea of who these players are was almost invisible, because all of a sudden you're not fighting Superman, you're fighting the fucking Justice League. You know what I mean? You're fighting the Avengers.
I mean,
and even Austin Wells, who's like Hawkman. But it's like you see the sort of like that everybody is important. You see those moments in the locker room, you see in the press conferences, like I said, you see them on the field and how everything, they were celebrating every single thing. And a catch or whatever, they just had each other. And I don't know, it kind of blows my mind, and I've got goosebumps, and I want to carry this feeling. This is like my 2026 feeling is DR in the World Baseball Classic. That this is like the energy, this is the vibe that I'm stealing. I'm taking this all the way. Like watch out. Like I'm gonna have some losses this year, but watch out for these wins, because I'm clobbering. That's how I feel personally. That's how inspired I am by this whole entire series. Like I just feel like it's okay to be freaking awesome. It's such a weird concept, but it's like we live in a day and age that you're supposed to, people equate respect with some sort of like bowing down and not allowing yourself to be as authentic and as real and as amazing as you can be. And it's like, fuck that. Excuse my French. It's like, we're fucking, no. You get all of me. All of me. That's it. That was my point.
I think that's a great point to end it on, honestly. For once, let's end it on something positive.
Yes, DR, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
I mean, it's like a once in a lifetime, like...
Yeah, long time coming. It was beautiful. Okay, so normally in the podcast, this will be our 6th episode so far. 6 of 1,800 episodes that we have lined up. I don't know why we said that number. But normally we have other segments that we do, like Player of the Week. And to be honest, our Player of the Week is the DR team. Period. Hands down. With a lot of, people that we love from other teams. Like I just watching Acuna.
Oh, that's another thing. I mean, I'm a Mets fan. I have to hate the Braves. But this tournament has kind of made it so, like, I get a pass. Ronald Acuna Jr. can be one of my favorite players now. Like this.
He's so good, man. He's so good.
And this is gonna be his year.
Yeah.
He's gonna be healthy the whole year.
Yeah, I mean,
because that's his big problem. He's like an insanely good player who's just like injured half the year.
Here in the Sad Boys Mets Club, you can call us a little sensitive. We are sensitive types. But to me, it's like, did you watch the 9th inning? They had like the video of Ronald, of Acuna, and it's like he's in the outfield. This is the whole 9th inning, and he's in the outfield, and it's just like tears coming down, and he's just like trying to get in his position. He's like, because he can't believe that they're about to win this, and there's so much like there's so much socio-political sort of baggage in that sort of team meetup that I can only imagine how it felt. But like I said, like that, the guy from Italy's team.
Then he passed one.
I mean, come on, man. It's like that kind of stuff. That kind of energy. I love the guy from the Czech team.
The electrician.
The electrician. That's like
I had to like watch a video about it because it was very clearly a blowout by the end of the game, But I didn't know he pitched like a perfect game for like 6 innings. And the other thing is, it's so awesome. Like the baseball culture in Japan, if you crush somebody's team, you are their new hero. Like you get added onto the podium. Like he walks around in Japan, he's famous because he struck out Shohei Ohtani. But like that is, I'd also, here's what I will say. This isn't as much something crazy that happened. I just need to shout out Didi Gregorius because that's the best walk-up song ever for him. Is Notorious.
Oh, Notorious. That's like that, no, Notorious.
If my last name was Gregorius, that would be my walk-up song. Like that's.
It was cool. It was cool to be in the stadium while that was happening.
Come on, that
was. All right, so let's just say let's mention one more player.
I'd like to mention Brazoban because he was the little bit. We had 2 METS on that Dominican team, and Brazoban did not disappoint.
Yeah, so excited about that. He was on fire. He had passion, and
he basically pitched that game and then immediately got a call from Carlos Mendoza, like, you're on the team. You know the rest. Like it was because there was a bit of a battle, and then he just showed up.
Yeah.
And I love that.
That's awesome.
Because I want him on the team. I'm so excited. I just have to say that. I'm so excited about him. He was a monster in that. He pitched like complete. I think the thing is, the stat is that he retired 12 of the 13 batters that he faced. Yeah. So I think he gave up either 1 hit or 1 walk in all of his WBC appearances. Like he's kind of the perfect like 1 inning guy.
I'm so excited because he's going to be extremely helpful for us.
And he's a Dominican. We need as many Dominicans as we can get on the team.
Oh, one final thought. I said this in the post that I had before. I mean, I think that if anything, there's the takeaway for the MLB is that they really need to consider having an expansion team in the Dominican Republic. That. So I'm gonna start in my mind. I'm gonna start like a
LA to New York distance is like
it's. I mean, it's closer. If you're in Miami, if you're in like whatever, it's a hop and skip.
And the money that would bring in, like
it's ridiculous. And people say that the stadium there is too small. That's okay. Play the first 2-3 years in that stadium and start building.
The Athletics are playing in a minor league stadium. Like, what are
That's
we
no
talking
excuse.
about?
It's no excuse. It's no excuse. And guess what's gonna happen? It's going to freaking boom. I mean, everyone is gonna freak out. And then everyone's going to want to be on that team. But then guess what? It's just going to have the sort of like the dichotomy of having like international players in a team that's based. It's like, whatever, like the Toronto Blue Jays. It's just kind of a thing where we're just going to mix it up even more. It's going to be beautiful, but they have to do this. Every team already has a farm in Dominican Republic. Every team already has a major investment in Dominican Republic. Get an actual major league team in the Dominican Republic expansion team. And while you're at it, do one for Puerto Rico too. You know what I mean? And then just let's get this going. Let's make this bunny as bad as possible. Like, turn it.
Bad Bunny will pay for the
Bad Bunny will pay for the team.
Bad Bunny will own the team.
It will be called the San Juan Bunnies. Bad Bunnies. I feel like there's something there. Like, we're going to start a petition, basically. Start a petition. That's our plan right now. That's our wish too. At the same time, we knocked all our things. We did the walk-up music. We did the best player of the week, and now we did the wish of the week. And on that, we're going to end this episode.
I just have one more thing to say. Another positive thing. In the past, I've had a couple of players who just I despise. Like there are people like for different reasons. And one of them has always been Derek Jeter.
Yeah.
Because I've always hated his vibes and how he was very overrated. But he lost a little hate from me post that DR game because he had some very sassy comments about. He was like, "Yeah, they're bringing the ABS next time for sure." Like, and that's all he had to say. That's
yeah.
That the.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think that's everyone's comment. That's really everyone's sentiment anyway. but I'm glad that he's become more likable for you.
He's given a little more likability.
On that note, y'all, more likability all around. I'm glad that we ended on a positive note with this whole thing. The energy, the love, the excitement about this game is everything to us, and we're honored to have been a part of this sort of thing. I'm so happy that we had the experience to do this together and to continue doing this together, this podcast. And, you know, I feel like stealing that line from Ted Lasso, you know, like baseball is life. You know, baseball is life. We love you. Let's go Mets.
There's always next year. There's always this year.
There's always next week. Here we go.